nose up. You're too low. Look out for those wires. Look out for those wires! Are you all right, Mary?
Yes, but Tim, he's unconscious.
Ed, get an ambulance, quick.
How is he? I'm glad to say the young man has only a slight concussion. He'll be fine in a week or two.
What's the matter, Mary? What are you crying for?
Well, I'm only crying because Tim is going to be all right.
Well, it's all right, Ed. Women always do that.
If I were you, Cadmus, I'd watch my step. If she smiles like that, she's got murder in her heart.
But I said still goes. I think she was stupid to run out. There's no reason for her to leave Sky Raiders.
What have you got to say to that, Ennis?
I think you've got a colossal nerve criticizing anybody for stupidity.
Listen, you
Calm down, Cadmus, and save your energy for something more important. You say you can get back there, Ennis? How?
By simply walking in the front door.
Yeah? How are you going to explain your running away?
Suppose I save that for Captain Dayton.
Ennis, if you weren't so valuable to me, I'd like to choke
Yes,
today.
Felix, but as you said, I am valuable. I had no reason to believe the man wasn't you, Captain Dayton. He certainly looked like you.
I think you were perfectly justified in doing what you did, Miss Clare. You're right, Kane looked enough like me to be my twin brother. Now, you'll have to admit that, Ed.
Sure, Kane looks like you.
Well, then why won't you admit that Miss Clare's in the right?
I won't admit it because I don't believe it. Now, if you'll excuse me, I got a lot of work to do.
Didn't you convince him, Ed?
Sure, I convinced him that I haven't got any more intelligence than a 3-year-old moron child.
You mean that he's going to let her work for us?
That guy can't see any deeper into a gal than her false eyelashes and rouged lips.
Hello, folks.
Why, Tim, what are you doing out of the hospital?
Yes, what's the idea, young man? The doctor said it'd be a week.
Well, Captain Dayton had a talk with the doctor, and he changed his mind.
There you are. There's nothing fixed or substantial or real in the world. Nothing you can depend on if that guy gets his hands on it. I give up.
Well, Tim, now that you're back, all fixed up, in good condition, suppose we get to work.
Certainly, Captain Dayton. Anything special we're going to do?
Yes. We're going to build about 6 models. Now, here are the tentative plans of our new bomber. And I want you to test it in the wind tunnel first.
You mean the bomber you're going to build for the government?
That's right.
And you're going to let me work on it?
Yep. And I expect good work, too.
Don't worry, Captain Dayton. You'll get the best model that's ever been built.
Atta boy. Well, go to it.
I'm through. I'm not going to stick around this dump any longer. I've had my fill.
Take it easy, Ed. Take it easy. You know you're not going to quit. Bob needs you
Needs me? What does he need me for?
as a steadying influence.
Ah,
Think what would happen to him if you weren't around.
steadying influence. I may be a steadying influence on him, but he isn't on me. Look at that.
You know you're putting that on. Your hand doesn't shake that much.
But well, if I stick around that guy any longer, why does he have to take that dame back? And why does he hire that mechanic Evans? He was working for the people that tried to steal the ship. Why does he do those crazy things?
What happened to Murdoch? Did the police get anything out of him?
I don't know. Last I heard, he wouldn't talk. Nobody's been near him that could have been connected with him. They're too smart.
Well, we won't have anything to worry about after Friday. We'll test the pursuit ship, the government will okay it, and we'll go into production.
Nothing to worry about. I suppose you think Dayton doesn't intend to fly that ship.
He's not going to fly it
Why not?
because I'm going to stop him.
Captain Dayton, I'm in thorough accord with your secretary's views in this matter. I do not think you should fly this test. In fact, I take the liberty of requesting you not to.
General Fletcher, did you ever hear of insubordination?
Do I understand that you're accusing me of insubordination?
Oh, no, sir. But I'm surprised that you tolerate it in my secretary. Miss Blake, as soon as I come back, remind me to fire you.
Yes, Captain Dayton. It's a price I'd gladly pay to keep you from making that test. I was thinking of quitting anyway.
Hey, Mary, wait a minute. You can't do this. I can't get along without you.
Captain Dayton wasn't going to fly the test. Thought you were going to stop him, Mary.
Well, even if I didn't, I'm glad I tried.
Why are you glad?
Because I found out how important I am. He can't get along without me.
Oh, he told you that.
Yep.
Been kind of soft on Dayton, aren't you, Mary?
My interest in Captain Dayton is purely business. Oh, Bob, be careful.
As you say, your interest in whether or not he breaks his neck is purely commercial.
I think we had our hands on that ship.
Cadden's hands, you mean? Too bad he's so butterfingered.
All right. We've been held up too long as it is. How soon can you start making delivery?
Well, that's Carey's department, General. I'm afraid you'll have to talk to him about that.
Well, how about it, Carey?
There are only a few details standing between us and production.
Captain Long's been authorized to take care of those. Suppose you two get about it. Stay with him, Captain. Hound the life out of him. We got to have ships. No further delay.
Yes, sir.
I'm sure we can depend upon you, Ed.
Thank you, General. This way, Captain Long.
And now, Captain Dayton, you and I have a little additional business.
Come right in, General.
Thank you. I rather imagine you know what that is.
Now, don't tell me the Army has finally gotten around to this.
And approved it. You really grooved one that time, Bob. I'm confident it'll increase the efficiency of your bomb sight 50%. And that's really something.
I tell you, I don't like it. It's dangerous.
Will you shut up? How can I hear what they're saying if you keep babbling like that?
I still don't like it.
Well, what happened? What did you find out?
They're going to test the new Sky Raiders bomb sight in the safety and seclusion of the Hawaiian Islands.
Yes. When are they leaving?
Give me a light, will you, Felix?
Yes, you are without a doubt the most thoroughly exasperating female.
Darling, if you don't mind, I don't like the word female.
All right, you don't like it. When are they leaving?
Tomorrow afternoon at 5 o'clock on a clipper from the naval base at San Pedro. Captain Dayton is going along to supervise the tests.
They'll have that gadget with them?
Naturally. Although I think I'd give it a little higher classification than gadget.
Skip it. All right, fellas. I tell you what we'll have to do. Yes? Get the hydroplane serviced. Cadence, you go with me.
Pretty soft, that's him. Dayton and Murray get a trip to the Hawaiian Islands, and we have to stay here and work.
I'll say it is. Boy, I'd sure like to see those hula dances.
Tim, I'd expect that from Carrie, but you're much too young.
Captain Dayton.
I'm terribly sorry, but General Fletcher's been detained.
When will he get here?
In about an hour. Now, we can either go aboard the ship and wait for him there or go back to headquarters, whichever you prefer.
We'll go aboard. Wait just a moment.
Surely.
How'd you work it, Mary? He doesn't need you.
Maybe not, but I needed a vacation. And besides, I used pressure.
Pressure?
I threatened to quit. And let that be a lesson to you. If you're really important to the boss, there's not much he won't do for you.
Important. Good secretaries are a dime a dozen.
Oh, Ed, we're going to be delayed about an hour. No need for you and Tim to wait around. You might be needed at the plant. Well, so long, boys.
So long. Gee, Lieutenant Carey, wouldn't it be swell to take a trip to the Hawaiian Islands?
Yeah, sure would. Say, Tim, do you ever get hunches?
You mean about things that are going to happen?
Yeah, something like that. Usually bad things.
Well, I never get any about bad things, just good ones. But they never seem to happen.
Mine are always bad, and they usually do happen.
Have you got one now?
Yeah.
Is it about Captain Dayton and Miss Blake?
Well, it's not quite clear, but I don't think it's about them.
Well, maybe it's about the factory and the pursuit ship.
Maybe. Well, Tim, I guess my hunch was... What are you doing here?
Mr. Hinchfield sent me in. Captain Dayton was supposed to have left a letter for him, and the secretary told me to come in and look for it.
Listen, Miss Claire, I still don't trust you as far as I can throw you with a broken arm.
What you trust or don't trust doesn't concern me at all.
All right, get out and stay out. Don't get in my way any more than you have to.
I assure you, I won't.
Lieutenant Carey, do you really think she was looking for a letter?
I do not.
Hey, look at this. There's a microphone in this lamp.
That's what she was after.
We can trace the wire.
Yep. And I'm betting they'll lead us right to her desk in Hinchfield's office.
I don't like the looks of this weather.
No, it's probably nothing more than a squall, Mary.
Well, that confirms my suspicions of the Claire woman. I'd like to hear Dayton explain her out of this.
Yeah, Lieutenant Carey, but I don't see why you suspected Mr. Hinchfield.
I suspected him, Tim, because he denied being mixed up in it before he knew what it was he was mixed up in.
Say, you're pretty smart.
Yeah, tell that to the boss. I might get a raise. Hey, wait a minute. We got to get hold of Dayton. Stop that ship, if possible.
Why would worry about the weather, Miss Blake? They build these ships stormproof.
Excuse me, Captain Dayton.
Oh, yes, certainly.
Lieutenant Carey wishes to speak to you.
Now, what is he?
I don't know, sir. He seemed quite excited.
Well, he always is.
Said it was urgent.
Of course, it's only supposition, Bob, but the fact remains that the microphone was in your office when you and General Fletcher were discussing the bomb site.
All right, all right. What do you recommend?
That you turn around and come back until you have adequate protection.
You better take something for your nerves, Ed. We're out over the ocean. That's plenty of protection until we get to the islands, and there we have a few guns and battleships. Now stop worrying, will you?
All right, all right. But unless I miss my guess, you'll be hollering for help, and I'll be listening.
So long, Mother Hubbard. Go back to your knitting.
That's what I'm up against. The guy's crazy.
they discovered the microphone.
Of course I'm sure. I hid in the closet and saw Carrie and the kid trace the wires to my desk.
Did you hear what they were talking about?
Enough to know that if you're going to hijack that bomb site, you better do it before Carrie gets a chance to warn Dayton.
Whatever. Claire said that Carrie's wise. Then we better hijack the bomb site before he warns Dayton. I'll take over.
I don't know anybody who worries as much as Ed does. Do you, Mary?
Well, maybe Ed worries too much, but you don't worry enough.
No.
And you think a happy medium between Bob and Ed be just about right?
Avis Blake?
Well, I guess I'm a little bit on the worrying side myself. But frankly, General, I don't like the idea of their knowing about the bomb site.
We don't know for sure that they do know about it.
Well, that storm isn't getting any better.
Hey, look out! He's coming straight at us.
I wonder what he thinks he's doing.
All right, they've seen us. I'll disable one of their motors and force them to land. Machine gun. One of the motors is missing.
Oh, there's a nut flying around down here in the hydroplane.
There he is.
I think we're going to have to go down, General. We're on fire.
Let me go to my headquarters. Calling Sky Raiders. Hello?
If you'd pay a little attention sometime to what I tell you. All right, I'll send out a Coast Guard. Where are you?
Just a minute, Ed. Tell him where we are. One moment, please. Don't be frightened, Mary, but we've got to put these preservers on.
Are we going to crash?
Oh, I don't think so. But it's best to play safe.
What do we do if we are forced down?
Don't forget Lady Luck.
Abandon the ship. The gasoline will explode any minute.
the idea of their knowing about the bomb site?
We don't know for sure that they do know about it.
I'll disable one of their motors and force them to land.
What was that?
Sounded like a machine gun. One of the motors is missing.
What's wrong? Oh, there's a nut flying around out here in a hydroplane.
There he is.
Sounds as though we shot one of our motors out. I think we're going to have to go down, General. We're on fire.
Let me talk to my headquarters. Calling Sky Raiders. Hello? Hello? One moment, please. Hello, Ed.
If you'd pay a little attention sometime to what I tell you. All right, I'll send out a Coast Guard. Where are you?
Just a minute. Tell him where we are. One moment, please. Now, don't be frightened, Mary, but we've got to put these preservers on.
Are we going to crash?
I don't think so, but it's best to play safe.
What do we do if we are forced down?
Don't forget Lady Luck.
Hello, Coast Guard station. Any sign up?
There's a Coast Guard cutter near the location you gave us. Nothing sighted yet. We'll let you know.
There it is. Looks like it's on fire. It's about to abandon ship. The gasoline will explode any minute.
Hurry up, to the left.
General Fletcher's slipper, all right.
Wing that's on fire. That's where the gas tanks are.
Hear that? Yeah. Sounds like a boat whistle. That goes again. Hurry up and let's get over there. Might be a Coast Guard coming.
Shut up and do what I tell you. Let's get over there.
Hope they were clear.
It's just too bad if they weren't. It's gone. We haven't got a chance. Let's get out of here. Here, you take these. I'm seeing things.
What do you mean?
I think I saw a hydroplane take off behind the wreck just now.
The hydroplane, all right. It's gone.
It's quite a demotion for you, General.
Isn't bad enough to be wearing an enlisted man's uniform. Has to be a seaman's.
Which would you rather be, a dead general or a live sailor?
When I was a youngster at West Point, I'd have suffered any ignominy in preference to being an admiral. But right now, well, I guess I'm not so rabid on the subject. How are the pilot and radio operator, Commander?
Well, I'm afraid they're going to be all right.
That's fine.
How do you feel, Miss Blake?
Oh, I'm fine. Except I'm rather ashamed of myself for the way I acted. I guess I was really pretty scared.
I haven't got a corner on that. When I heard that boat whistle, it sounded like Gabriel's trumpet to me, too.
We can all thank Ed Carey we didn't answer Mr. Gabriel's call. Oh, by the way, Commander, did you send my wireless to Carey?
Oh, yes. But we haven't had a reply yet.
Well, don't worry. There'll be one a mile long waiting for us when we get to Honolulu.
How soon do you propose to resume your trip to the islands, General?
Immediately, as soon as this tub of yours can get us back to the mainland.
We'd better take something with guns on it this time, General. A battleship, or at least a bomber.
I subscribe to that heartily. I really want to reach Honolulu this time.
Yes.
What's that for?
That's for success.
We With you pulling for it, Mary, it's in the bag.
Congratulations, Captain Dayton.
Thank you, General.
Hello, Tim.
Hello. Miss Mason said you wanted to see me, Lieutenant Carey.
Yeah, read that.
Gee, they're getting back Friday. What do you think the important matter is?
Don't ask me riddles. But you can make a bet it's something entirely different from anything we can figure out.
Oh, boy, I can hardly wait.
Well, don't you bother to knock before you bust into private offices, Hitchfield?
When is Dayton coming back?
If it's anything about the business, you can tell me.
It's about Miss Claire.
What about Miss Claire?
Nothing I can tell you, Carrie. When will Captain Dayton get back?
Friday.
Friday. That'll be too late. We can't do
What's the matter with you, Hitchfield? What are you mumbling about?
Nothing. But it's about time he came back. He had no business going away and leaving the factory in incompetent hands.
What do you mean, incompetent hands? Get out of here before I throw you out.
And listen to me, Carrie.
Get out!
He sure got out quickly, didn't he?
Yeah, just a fraction too quick. I wish I'd crowned him. Get that book, will you, Tim?
You bet.
Incompetent hands. Now I know what it's like to be on the other end.
On the other end of what?
This book. I've dodged out that door just ahead of it plenty of times.
You mean Captain Dayton has thrown it at you?
I wish I had $1 for every time. Well, let's get back to work.
Yes, sir. But, could I ask you one question?
Sure, shoot.
What happened to Miss Claire?
Well, apparently she vanished in a cloud of pale blue smoke.
Yes, but didn't you tell the police about finding the dictaphone wires leading from in here to her desk?
That I did, Tim, but Miss Claire's a very slippery young lady. To put it vulgarly, she scrammed.
Yeah, but Mr. Carey...
Now, wait a minute. You said one question, and you're already on your third.
Yes, I'm sorry. Well, I hope they catch her. The police, I mean.
No, unless I'm a very bad judge of Miss Claire, she's a long way from here.
Tell you I'm not going to put up with it any longer.
Would you mind telling me just what you're bellowing about?
This lying around, doing nothing, it's getting on my nerves. Where's Lynx? Why haven't we heard from him?
Felix has many interests all over the country. As long as Captain Dayton is away, he doesn't feel he's needed here.
What's he going to do about Dayton?
What do you think?
If you mean getting rid of him, what good will that do?
If anything happened to Captain Dayton, it would be a great blow to American aviation. He has an odd habit of keeping all the plans to his inventions in his head.
What about Hinchfield? He's been scared batty ever since the dictaphone wires were found.
Felix told me to use my own judgment about Hinchfield. I think Hess will take care of him if it becomes necessary.
Yes, Miss Claire, we better get out of town.
What's the excitement?
Dayton is returning next Friday.
It's good news.
What's good about it? Carrie has convinced him that we're all tied up with Lynx.
So what?
When Dayton returns, this isn't going to be a very healthy place for foreign agents.
What are you going to do about it?
Take care of myself.
Why don't you try taking care of Dayton?
I'll have no part in that. No, I'll have no part in it.
Yes?
What's the idea, Hess?
That's what I was just going to ask you. Baggage and all the hurry.
Why, I'm going to San Francisco on a business trip.
You don't mind if I ride a little ways with you, do you?
What do you mean?
I mean, get going.
Now, listen, Hess. I'm not running out on you, if that's what you're thinking.
I said get going. I wouldn't try that again if I were you. Now drive.
Where to?
Frisco, over the old ridge route.
For some reason or other, I feel sorry for poor old Hinchfield.
Just what happened to him?
Oh, I don't know exactly. You see, I jumped before the car went over the cliff.
Just another driver who fell asleep at the wheel. Well, suppose now we get ready for Captain Dayton's homecoming.
Oh, there they are now. Tim! Ed!
There they are.
Hi, Bob! Hello, Mary. Hello, Captain Dayton. Hi! Hello. Hi, Tim. Hi, boy! Hello, Bob. Hello. Oh, Mary, it looks wonderful. Wonderful.
I feel that way.
We had a wonderful time. Come on, I got the car right over here. Come on, how's everything at the shop? Everything's fine.
Just got off the boat. They're coming now.
All right, get in.
Mary, you look wonderful. Just agreed with you. Well, I should have been there.
Why?
I've been right at home in those romantic surroundings.
Well, Captain Dayton was there.
I said romantic. That guy doesn't eat, sleep, or dream anything but airplanes.
An airplane could be quite romantic at the right time.
Hey, will you keep your eyes on the road? These things are dangerous.
Oh, there's a laugh. The guy spends his life doing crazy things in airplanes, and he's afraid of an automobile.
Bob promised to give up stunt flying.
Promised. How many times is that?
This time, it's final.
Next thing, you'll be believing in Santa Claus. Hey, Bob, what was that important thing you were going to tell me?
Never mind, never mind. I'll tell you when we get to the factory. All right, Hess. Pull up alongside, force them off the road.
Someone's trying to pass us, Ed.
Move over, Ed. Don't be a road hog.
I hate horn blowers.
Cut around it.
Now, who do you think you are, anyhow? Pull over there. Don't chase yourself.
Ed, he's got a gun.
I don't care if he's got a cannon.
But don't be crazy, Ed. Pull over.
Pull over, I tell you.
Look out, Ed.
Look out!
Tim, stay with Mary.
Yes, sir.
I'm terribly sorry to have put you through this. It was just my stupid temper.
Oh, it's all right, Ed. I guess it's lucky you did get mad. If you'd been sensible, there's no telling what they would have done to Bob.
Does that mean you forgive me? And the things are going to be just the same as they were before you went away? Luncheon once in a while, if I work on it real hard?
Well, practically the same, Ed, but not quite.
What do you mean, not quite? How was it, Bob?
100% bad. For all of them.
Ah, don't you think that Miss Claire was in the same car with him?
All right, Ed. So I was wrong about her, and you were right.
What do you want me to do?
Admit that women have your number and leave them alone.
What do you mean women have got my number?
Now, Bob, remember you promised not to have any more fights with Ed.
I'm sorry, darling.
Darling? Say, what is this?
Shall we tell them?
I think we might as well, darling. They'll find out sooner or later anyway.
You mean that...
That Miss Blake is a...
That Mary's your new boss, and incidentally, Mrs. Dayton.
Well, I'll be doggone.
You see what I mean, Ed, about an airplane being romantic if you have it in the right place?
Yeah? Where did you have it?
Over a volcano.
Oh. Bob? Here we go again.